The controversial showdown, Jake Paul, as the iconic fight between YouTube star Jake Paul versus Ben Askren on April 17th earned more than 1 million pay-per-views. Controversy was sure to follow after Jake Paul's unexpected victory, as many speculate about the pre-planned profits behind Jake's first-round knockout against Askren. The big question remains whether the UFC organization would continue to further the career of the former internet sensation. We see critics and sport enthusiasts declaring him to be a real fighter after knocking out Ben in the first round in Atlanta last weekend. Many still oppose his professional legacy. After claiming his victory against Askren, Jake Paul has advanced his professional record to 3-0. So here is the overview of the UFC 261 appearance. After his knockout victory over ex-UFC fighter Ben Askren, the YouTuber, now turned professional boxer, showed up to the VyStar Veterans Memorial area in Jacksonville to deliver a personal message to Dana White. According to many open sources, White had said he would lay down $1 million and Askren would defeat Paul. However, Askren's horrific defeat to the newcomer, White has publicly insisted that he didn't end up making any bets. Nonetheless, Paul has requested he pay out as he wore a t-shirt with the message, "Dana, where's my money?" For his surprise appearance at UFC 261, the sellout crowd and the stadium welcomed Paul in their own unique way, letting Paul know exactly how they felt about him as he made his way to his seat at the end of the prelims. The arena's chant flooded UFC's commentary, and commentator Joe Rogan acknowledged it. I found out what the chant was. It was F Jake Paul. That's what they were yelling out, Joe Rogan said. Jake Paul later on posted a picture of himself addressing the crowd with both his middle fingers raised. After much televised commotion at the event, White had been forced to react to Paul's presence at his post-fight press conference and couldn't resist a swipe at his fighting credentials. He said, "Kid's done a good job of putting himself in a place to make some money. Good for him. He's got you guys talking about him all the time, asking questions about him. Got Daniel Cormier running after him, so he's doing something right. The whole thing's mind-boggling to me. But good for him. Grab that money while you can, kid." However, it seemed like the little public spat between Dana White and YouTube star Jake Paul was far from over. Even after the UFC president, Dana White, at his UFC 261 post-fight press conference on Saturday said that the company lied about its PPV buys and how much money Paul made facing Ben Askren earlier this month. Hearing what White had to say about the payoff, Paul fired back on social media. "Dana, you claimed you would bet $1 million on me losing. Set up Askren to train with Freddie Roach. Gave him full access to the UFC Performance Institute, and he still got his ass handed to him. Seems like you are the real deep, not Ariel Helwani. In my third fight, I made more in total pay than any fighter in UFC history. Maybe it's time to pay your fighters their fair share." According to credible sources, Paul earned a whooping $690,000 to face Askren in the fight alone. And he certainly earned a lot more after the Triller pay-per-view sold over 1 million buys. Confrontation with Daniel Cormier. As a controversial fighter in the UFC boxing community, even after emerging victorious in his boxing career so far, Paul has made a few enemies along the way, including Cormier. The recent confrontation between the pair was sparked at the UFC 261 event when Cormier appeared to take issue with how Paul talked about the other MMA fighters. Cormier, who was on the commentary duty at UFC 261, confronted Paul in his seat. Cormier has said he wouldn't fight Paul because he wouldn't lower himself to it, but he maintains he would kill him, and he told Paul at the UFC 261. Paul laughed off the confrontation on social media, mocking Cormier for his reaction. Paul added fuel to the fire when he shared an expletive-laden message about Cormier on Logan Paul's podcast, Impulsive. "I'll beat the out of your fat ass. Just like Stripe did. Cleveland shit. swear to God, I'll beat the out of Daniel Cormier. Meanwhile, in response, Cormier told ESPN, dude would never fight me. I would kill him. Why would I ever fight someone like that? Let me know in the comments on who you think Jake Paul should fight next. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys next time.